Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing out there? Thank you for showing up for my new moon reading today. I hope this brings you some love, light, some answers to your questions, challenges, whatever that you are going through. We're going to get started. So for those of you who are brand new, I'm Divine Warrior Intuitive. My name is Patty. I do one-on-one readings. If you want to go to my if you want to go to my website, divinewarriorintuitive.com, you can see bookings and coaching sessions there for nutrition, fitness, mindset, and everything else. So let's get started. This is a new moon reading. The new moon is in Leo this month of July. Lots of things going on the end of the month. There's a lot of connections with all the signs. And it's very, very interesting because it has a lot to do with inner self. It has a lot to do with your thought process. It has to do with the way that you're looking at your goals and things of that nature. So it is really a lot of inner work going on, sort of like light work kind of a thing. Divine's word for you for this new moon reading, which definitely is part of it. We have to release in order to gain something. That's just the way yin and yang and just the way the universe works. It is the number 6 and it is let it go. I can't make this up, guys. This has been the month. The Leo moon is about rebirth. So for some of the signs that I was able to do prior to the new moon, you saw a lot, birth and rebirth, things that are a lot of number 10s and number 1s happening. This is definitely about letting something go. In order to receive what you love, what you desire, the Cups cards, you have to let go of whatever it is that you need to let go of. It could be a person, could be a thing, could be a place, could be a relationship, could be a job, could be anything. The number 6 has to do about building with that process, about moving forward with that process when you're looking at it in numerology. You have some, I don't know if those are hummingbirds. Let me see if those are hummingbirds. They are hummingbirds. So hummingbirds definitely, they move really super, their wings move fast, but they could be standing still. So let's see what why he wants me to look at the hummingbirds. All right. But definitely a beautiful, beautiful heart in the center, and it's being all tied together. So that tying together, we'll find out here in a second, is that tying things and trying to hold them in place, or is it tying it together as it's coming into unity? With the number 6, it's moving forward. However, I think that somebody's trying to hold on to something, because if you look at all the hearts, they're falling, which means they're not moving up in that way. So I think somebody is holding on to some energy or person that they should be letting go of. And that's loving yourself first. Okay. Oh, wow. So the Strength card is the next card. This is the energy that goes with Divine. He's trying to share with you. It does take strength. It does take courage to let go of things. It's also the number 8, which is another, like a reward for moving forward number. Okay. So whatever that is. She is moving. Her body is moving. So whether you're taking baby steps to whatever it is, or what you're wanting to release, definitely you need to either do baby steps or take a leap of faith, because she's moving really big. She's taking a leap. She's taking a leap, and that takes a lot of courage. So if that's for somebody out there, just if you're going to take a leap, make sure that you're doing that in a manner that it's, number 1, safe, but you have thought about it and there is a plan. Doesn't mean that the plan is going to be that way. You know, it's like a plan is never straight and narrow. It's going to have some crooked points to it as well. So be really mindful when you do take that leap. I've done lots of leaps and they've turned out fantastic. And I've done a few leaps and I've screwed myself over because I didn't plan. I didn't think ahead. But definitely got to leap forward. And that may mean leaving something behind. And that's that letting it go and taking that leap. I can't make this stuff up, guys. I can't make it up. All right. So this is new moon energy. This new moon in Leo also has to do with, you know, enjoying yourself, having some fun, maybe doing something new. A lot of you in your readings had the number 1 come up quite a bit. And the number 10. So again, there's that release, there's that finish, there's the starting over. So something new, something fresh. I just, you know, I was drinking lemonade and I put some raspberry, I had regular lemonade, but I had raspberry lemonade, and I was like, I just want a splash of the raspberry. I didn't want a lot. I didn't want it too heavy, but I put that in there and it was refreshing. So something of that nature. It doesn't take a lot to have definitely something refreshing. Whew. I don't know who this is for, definitely. So we have the 10 of Cups as the current energy for the last couple of months, maybe. So the 10 of Cups is beautiful. It is beautiful. Okay, let me go ahead. I've got a couple downloads coming in. I've had downloads today, like no tomorrow. My chakras are opening up, and so is my third eye, definitely really opening up. I love it. It's a little interesting, actually. But the 10 of Cups, this is in your current energy. 10 of Cups, it means that things are really good. Things are going good. Things are on the upscale. This is sort of the July energies. But you know, that kind of a thing, you have to know has to take some turns and curves. It doesn't stay. It's like when you buy a new car, or you're in a new relationship, all that energy that is so high and up above, it does come down a little bit, okay? So your current energy right now is the 7 of Pentacles. Boy, does that make sense. That makes 100% sense. Because with the 7 of Pentacles, there's a lot of choices to be made. A lot of choices to be made and new things to be made. Wow, beautiful cards. Beautiful, beautiful cards. Like I said, there was a lot of 10s and a lot of 1s. So go back and look at your reading of your sign on my YouTube channel, The Divine Warrior Intuitive, and see what the first couple of cards are. If you had duplicate numbers, duplicate number 10s, duplicate 1s, because there's a lot of new energy coming up. So we have the next card is the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. And then we have the Page of Cups. Newness, something really new that you want and you desire. Excuse me. It's quite not there, but it's something that you've been thinking about. It's like a fresh, new kind of energy. And then you have the 8 of Cups, lots of opportunity. So I'm getting a download that you've really got to stay focused. We talked about that in, I don't know if it was this last week's reading or the week before, but you've got to stay focused and not listen to the noise to know what to decide, the path that you're supposed to go. Your intuition, your soul will tell you which way to go, okay? So I don't know what that is for you, but there is something that you really desire to do and you want to do it. However, things keep getting disrupted. Things keep the noise keeps coming. It's like somebody, so you're really going to have the strength to have discipline to say, you know what? Even if it's like, hey, can you go have coffee? You want to go have coffee? And you're like, yeah. And then you're like, I really need to get this done. I really need to stay focused. The word is no. I would really love to have coffee, but I've got a project I'm working on. That's what you need to do for you. Okay, this is the Judgment card. The Judgment card has a lot of ways that can be read. However, it is something that, again, we need to let go. Okay, we need to let something in the past Something has to do with paperwork. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's a contract. I don't know. I hear mortgage. I don't know what that has to do. This may be an opportunity to move forward. Excuse me. But this is something to move forward. So we'll get some clarification on that. So the thing is with your challenge card is your Page of Swords. Okay. This is for a person that is telling themselves a conflicting way. It's like you're trying to satisfy people on the outside and try to tell them what they want to hear, but then you're not living your authentic self. So it's like you're playing a character. You're playing a character, so you're really not your authentic self. And maybe this is why I was supposed to watch that little quick video. So like, I don't really watch TikTok and all that kind of stuff. I don't have time. But I was watching a short, and Jim Carrey, if you know who Jim Carrey is, he had said something very profound. And that's what I want to say to whoever this person is that is watching, that really think about this for a second. He says, I've played many characters in my life, and I played all these other, and he named them all off. And he goes, even Jim Carrey was a character. Jim Carrey does not exist. So he was being somebody else and letting everybody see Jim Carrey, but that in all actuality was not him, his authentic self. He did not let anybody see his true self. For what reasons? I don't know. Abuse, PTSD, fear, whatever it is. Those low vibrational energies are going to keep you in a realm that you cannot transfer your energies to a higher vibration frequencies. So the only way to raise your vibrations and frequencies up is by being your honest self. And the only way that you can be your honest self first is be truthful to yourself before you can be truthful to anybody else. This is what I like. I don't have to tell, nobody pays my bills. Nobody pays your bills. So they shouldn't care that you like to do this. A lot of people don't know that I do tarot, but they do now because I am my authentic self. I love doing tarot. I love helping people. I love this. So this is me. And if you don't like it, the door's right there. So that's the authentic thing that I share with people. And if they don't like it, it's okay, but they can go wherever they want to go. But I'm not going to lie and not be myself. Does that make sense to somebody? Hopefully that made sense. Okay, so let's see what else Divine has to say. Well, I would really like to know this center reading on this Page of Cups. So this past energy, 10 of Cups, we can't do anything about. It's been great. It's been fantastic for somebody. Things were going really, really good, but now it's time to get down to the dirty and make some choices. Something that you really, and the Queen of Cups, again, these choices that you're going to make, go with what your soul and your spirit and your intuition is telling you. It won't go wrong because that's your soul talking to you. People think that, oh my gosh, the soul is a separate entity. No, it is you. That is who you are. Your soul is who you are. Listen to what the soul wants and listen to what it needs, because sometimes the body's breaking down and the soul is saying, hey, take care of my vehicle. I need to, be able to get you around. Please take care of my vehicle, kind of a thing. All right. So and somebody isn't doing that. Somebody is not listening to their soul, their inner deep self, because we've got the Hangman in reverse. Okay. He should be hanging this way, but he's in reverse. Okay. And that's also the number 3. So we want to bring things together. And this is Temperance. So somebody's like, I feel like there's somebody in this who's watching this that is a younger person that really likes immediate gratification, doesn't have the patience, doesn't want to wait. What I see right now is somebody wants a job, but they want to skip all the steps. They want to be the boss. They want to be the manager. They want to be the leader, which is great. But you got to sometimes start at the bottom if you don't have those skills. You know, I started out as a manager when I was 18. But assistant manager, worked my way up because apparently my mom was an entrepreneur. My lineage has entrepreneurs and owners in it. So maybe that's in the DNA. I don't know. But the thing is, I didn't get to jump straight to store manager, and I never did in that company, but I moved around. So I got new types of skills in different ways. One taught me great paperwork. One taught me reports. One taught me how to talk to people, and it took years. But the thing is, you have to have patience, whatever it is, if it's in a relationship or okay, thank you. So somebody said they're arguing. So somebody's arguing and they are not letting the little stuff go. It takes courage to say, this is not a fight I need to be fighting. Okay, this is where you have to listen and be patient. Diffuse, and I've got a lot of videos on Get Balance 2020 or Balance 2020 on communication, on arguing, the love languages, and everything of that nature. If you go there and watch some of those, it will help you so you don't argue anymore. Yeah, you're gonna have a little kerfuffle, but you're never gonna get in a really deep argument where you don't talk for days, because there's a lot of skills in that, and it does take patience, it does take time, but you got to listen to your soul. Okay, somebody from the past or somebody that was from the past is going to come up to somebody. That better, for somebody, don't let that be a temptation if you're in a relationship. That can cause a lot of trouble. But let's get back to the Page of Cups. Is there any more clarification with the Page of Cups? And the reason why that clarification is, it's a spiritual clarification. Okay, this is about your spirit. It is not about what's out there in this world. It's about your spirit and what you're doing with it. And you've got to move. You've got to take the baby steps. Okay, you've got to take the baby steps. Where was she? She's taking leaps and bounds. Okay, and if you're just like, I just don't want to do baby steps, I want to just go all in. Well, just know the consequences if it doesn't work out. Know the rewards if it does work out, but there has to be movement. Okay, and that is really hard for somebody because we have the Page of Swords here. And again, swords are about your authentic truth, about, right and wrong, double-edged, the yin and the yang, this kind of a thing. And I'm just getting the energy. Somebody's just really confused to make a decision, and really to make this decision, you have to sort of look at, what is it that you really, really want? What is it that you really want? I was filling out a form today, and it asked me, and I'm like, wow, they're getting really in depth for this, because there's a TV game show I'm trying to go on, and I'm like, why are they asking this? But they're trying to get a personality. So they're like, what are your values, or what would people think of you? And I'm like, gee, I don't know. But I had to sit there and think for a minute, because I don't have to do that every day. But it's a good reminder am I doing a self-check? Am I being honest? Am I being truthful? Am I walking in my authentic self? Am I walking in high vibration? Am I walking in low vibration? Do a self-check on yourself, whatever that is for you guys. All right. All right. Let me see. I'm going to switch decks to see if Divine has anything else that he wants to share. Why did I put those over there? No, you're coming back. All right. Let's go to maybe some love. Let's go to some love here, and then we'll go to finance and see. Oops, I've got a bad ring finger, so I can't shuffle that way hardly anymore. I think it's getting better, but it just doesn't want to put stress on it yet. All right, let's go for love divine. And if anybody wants to come through on the other side at this time, please do so. Only in love and light, please. No, only in love and light. Thank you. Ooh, we have somebody that wants to come through. That's not. I'll block him. So I think it's a him because it feels like a masculine energy. All right, let's see what Divine has to say. Ace of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, and Judgment in reverse. So now Judgment has gone in reverse. This is beautiful. So for those of you that are seeking love or want a love relationship, or maybe you just started dating, opportunity is coming because we have the Ace of Swords. Again, be your authentic self because you have the Page of Swords. Please be your authentic self. You have the Wheel of Fortune, and then you have Judgment in reverse. So this person really, really wants to get to know somebody. They want to be honest, and this is the only way that you're going to get somebody that is long-lasting. Transparency. This person is not judgmental. They're not going to ghost you. They're not anything. This person I feel like somebody's been sort of watching, not in a freaky way, but, I really, like somebody at work, I really just sort of think she's a good person or he's a good person. I really wonder, if they're single, if they, have somebody, they want to go out on a date, blah, blah, blah. But the opportunities are definitely there as long as the transparency there. So the other thing too about strength is for this person, who if this is you, then you have to have the strength to ask the hard questions. Okay. Again, new moon energy, deep reflection, rebirth, making sure that you're getting all the right answers in the manner that you want, you desire, what you need for you. Okay. And if you don't ask the questions that are, I know it's like, it sounds weird, but like by the third date, you should know, do they want kids? If you're young, and for me, it's like, do you want kids? Heck no, I can't even have kids. That would be a funny question. But do they want kids? Do you what kind of goals or what kind of things do you want to do in the future? What type of job do you see yourself in 5 years? How do you handle your finances? You don't need to get into, I want to know how much is in your bank account. No, you just need to know how they handle them. Are they a saver? Are they a spender? Those kind of things. By the third date, you should have all that information because don't waste each other's time if you're not for each other, okay? But whoever this is, give it all you got because you've got the Ace of Swords and you've got the Wheel of Fortune, number 10. Again, release, gain. Release fear, gain the answers. Release fear, gain the answers. And there's no judgment there. And if there is judgment, then that's not the person that's you should be with, period. All right. So let's go to work and future finance and everything. Oh gosh, here I go again with my finger. Future finance, anything to do with your careers, money, that kind of a thing. No, you're going to have to shuffle them a little bit more. Sorry. And again, if anybody wants to come through, so I don't know who's coming through for those type of things. However, as an empath, I just get downloads all day long, all the time. I do have to shut them out occasionally so that I can do my own work or think about my own self and my own life, that kind of a thing. All right. Knight of Cups, 5 of Wands. Are these upside down? Do I have these upside down? Nope. Okay. And the Tower. Okay. So we've got the Knight of Cups. we have the Five of Wands in reverse, and we have the Tower in reverse. Okay, so for somebody's work, they're having a difficult time again with making a decision, because it's like the person with the Five of Wands, if it was upright, you know, you're trying to stand up for yourself, you're trying to, but this person is really, because they're sort of wishy-washy, they just don't know, and they're afraid of what things could come. Again, fear is holding this person, even though the Knight of Cups, there's a figure that is more of a masculine, trying to share some wisdom, what you desire, trying to help you understand what you need, try to help you in a way that educate you, and maybe you don't see it. However, this person is only, again, we've got Judgment a couple of times here, but for different reasons. But the thing is, people say, whoo, the Tower is in reverse, phew, nothing's going to happen. No, you want the Tower because Tower brings change. Tower brings a rattling of your cage to make things happen. That's why there was a Chariot in the mix. So you want the Tower. You know, it's like, who wants to go through all that pain and agony and stuff? No, it's no fun. I'm not saying it's great and it's no fun. It's something, but you have to do that to grow, okay? And that's where let go of the fear that is holding you back for whatever decisions financially that you need to do. So think of things in your future. Again, deep reflection, rebirth. So if you're young, instead of spending all the money before the next paycheck, say, I'm going to take $50, put it away and invest it. There's so many investment websites. Even like here in the United States, Kevin O'Leary, who's a multimillionaire, he has his own now. And I even put a few dollars in there because, you know what? I trust that he can make people a millionaire if you wanted to follow his steps. I really do. But the thing is, take your money, don't put it in a sock. You do need some cash in this day because I don't know what the banks are going to be doing. But the thing is that you want to keep some cash for emergency purposes. If something were to happen to the banks or anything like that, having cash in your pocket. Plus, sometimes, you know, you might see a homeless person and you might want to give them $2 or $3. You know, it's a real homeless person, not somebody scamming. But again, this is not a bad thing. This is something that you have to decide with your finances, to not be wishy-washy, not spend every dime, but say, okay, I need to put this money aside for emergencies, and things are going to actually turn around and be a Tower, which you're going to see some enormous change. I don't know who that is for somebody, but the Moon in Leo is definitely saying rebirth, restart, re-energize, revamp, reorganize, those kind of things, whatever that is for you. All right. I hope this was a good reading for you guys. Don't forget divinewarriorintuitive.com, where you can get coaching sessions and one-on-one. There's also things I think you can buy on there too. And Get Balanced 2020 has on YouTube has a lot of videos, but if you go on my website, there's links there that you can go to both. But a lot of videos for coaching and helping you with your relationships, your family, nutrition, fitness, and things of that. Being a life coach or a transition coach, transformation coach, whatever you want to call it. I just say coaching. It helps. All right. I hope you enjoy this. See you. I'm going to be doing a live new moon reading. So check in and come in and say hello. All right. Take care, guys. See you on the next reading.